Thank you, Maria Rosa. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to the EIF for organizing such a timely debate on the Digital Services Act proposal, which, as you know, is currently being discussed in the European Parliament and in the Council. I thank you all, also the expert, for joining us today, and also all the public. And because we are right now in the midst of a deep discussion which will define the internet of the future, I think this piece of legislation aims at modifying, and it's very important because it will update a 20-year-old legal framework set out in the e-commerce directive. And this revision is clearly needed, since digital services and markets have evolved tremendously and at a high speed since the turn of the millennium. And we have now new social challenges that have emerged, such as the growing spread of hate speech or disinformation content, which have seen an acceleration and accentuation during the pandemic. So new legislation in this field is more, I will say that is more than necessary. I see the proposal as a very good starting point. However, I believe we have to be truly ambitious and very clear, as on top of the new social challenges emerged. I just mentioned some of them before. We are also in front of a piece of legislation that has the potential of becoming a global standard. I mean, if we agree with this idea of the Brussels effect that spread everywhere, therefore is much at stake, and we have to do it right, because this will be for Europe, but it could be also for other places. The large global companies in this area have acquired such market power, which comes in hand with the power to impose rules. And this trend do not stop growing. And for that, probably we have to be realistic and accept that self-regulation does not work. We have seen the harms that occurs when there is no transparency as well, and we need to bring accountability into the system and achieve a systematic change on platform economy that benefits and protects users and users' rights with clear data protection provisions. The principal concern identified is the clarification of the definition of online platforms and very large online platforms, as uncertainties around such definitions can lead to misinterpretations and risk overburdening a wide range of platforms. Moreover, certain obligations might not refer to the types of services, for instance, providers of IT infrastructure services, for instance, cloud infrastructure services, as they do not have direct visibility or control over how customers use their services, including whether a customer chooses to make its content available to the public and what content is displayed. Of course, this needs to be further analyzed. In addition, other aspects should be further analyzed and clarified, such as content moderation, illegal content, just to ensure that what is legal offline is illegal online. Also, advertisement requirements and their applicability, trusted flaggers, and who filters content, and further clarify the role of the digital services coordinator, the resources, whether they can face any limitations while assessing trusted flaggers, etc. Moreover, we need to integrate SMEs concerns, which are very relevant in the digital sphere, while ensuring that SMEs provide a secure environment to users and consumers. If micro and small enterprises are excluded from these obligations, we might risk having illegal content potentially moving from one larger platforms to the smaller ones. As well, online advertisement, additional measures are needed to protect the individual better when it comes to content moderation and online targeted advertising. We should aim at avoiding target advertisement based on pervasive tracking and to restrict categories of data that can be proceeded to enable or facilitate target advertising. Appeal system must include human review. Very importantly, we need a framework to ensure the rights of users, as they are often in hands of providers who decide to give or not a chance for an appeal. Algorithm decision system underpins a lot of functions provided by the online platforms. We believe that greater accountability on algorithms could be introduced in the proposal. And finally, I would like to highlight the need to improve coordination between member states and also between competent authorities and intermediary services, which allow agile, predictable, and effective supervision and protection of public interest, as well as facilitating the access to EU national data protection authorities to any relevant data if they feel it necessary to assess compliance with the rules. Overall, our goal should be to transform the digital economy so that works for people by setting worldwide standard. I'm really looking forward to listening to your input and the discussion afterwards, because as I said before, we are dealing with a very, very important piece of legislation that will really help to shape our future. And we hope it is a good future for everyone. Thank you very much.